We are live. Hey, everyone. We are live with Jennylyn, and I'm really excited to talk to Jennylyn about her elevation, all the things that she's been accomplishing over the last couple years. If you don't know Jennylyn, she's been with in and out with AJCEO and the Win community for a couple of years now, right? It's been
Yeah.
some time. And because we're all about growth and we're all about making sure we celebrate all of our wins and talk about our challenges, I'm going to be interviewing Jennylyn today just to see how that journey looks for her. And we're going to end here where she is today. So, Jennylyn, why don't you tell everyone who you are? Introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Jen, and as she mentioned, I was an intern for Miss Allegra back in 2022, I would say. Oh, like that's like 3 years ago. But yeah, and I am working on my content right now, but I pretty much do social media management, content creation, and everything that has to go with social media pretty much. So yeah.
You weren't doing that when I met you.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I met Jenny Lynn, I think you reached out on LinkedIn, and
Yeah.
that was interesting because it wasn't even for internship. It was just more like, was it? Right? It was
A
like
volunteer, yeah. Volunteering
that's.
for when community.
hmm hmm Yeah, and I think that spoke volumes a lot because we had a conversation and we were able to place you into the space that you fit well. I think it's amazing to see that now you run social media accounts and you create content for individuals who need it. I see your content, I love it. I'm just all up in it. I'm like fire emoji, fire emoji. So I mean, tell me where you were before. Like, what did you think you were going to actually be here years later, creating content and doing social media? Like, how did that change for you over time?
I think at the stage I met you, I was still trying to figure out and play around with what I actually want to do. I was also like, writing blogs and playing around, and you were kind of the one who taught me and show the ropes around creating content because you gave me the freedom to do that. Um, but yeah, and I think now along the way, you were able to like show me because there's so much in like different aspects of business, and I think social media management and like creating content is the one that I really like the most, and it's where I can like combine my passion with like creativity. So
I love that. So, like, you got to actually expand in different areas that to see like what you
yeah,
like, what you don't like. I mean, I'm all about that because I was an intern too. I shared that with y'all. Like, I feel like I can relate. Some of the companies I've worked with in the past, they really didn't exemplify what some people, well, they didn't exert what some people talk about, which is they just went straight to work. But I feel
yeah.
like we learn a lot. Like, we just learn and we implement. What are you doing now as we speak that is helping people? Because we know you learned a lot, but how did you apply it? Like, and I want you to kind of go back to a little bit, like take us back a little bit, because I know you when you were in a whole nother country.
Yeah.
So how did that transition over to where you are now and what you're doing?
So pretty much with what we were doing, and now I'm able to apply what I learned because you taught me a lot in like business pretty much, and being able to like know the back end of that and applying that and kind of like helping them along the way too. So I also work with women-owned businesses. So that was like a really big inspiration for me when I was working with you and from the WIN community as well. And seeing you help all these like and empowering all these other women, I was like, I want to do that too. So that's kind of the direction I went with. And yeah, I was in Saudi, which was like women were just starting to work and open their businesses. So I think that was a kind of like really good concept of me starting to like work there and work with women because I feel like they just needed someone to amplify their work and creativity. But yeah, it's kind of how I applied what I learned and transitioned. And until now, I'm still working with just women-owned businesses, and it's great because you get to connect on a whole different level. You understand each other on a certain like level that no one would really understand. So yeah,
That's powerful. I think it really is a good niche, first of all, because women, we need each other. Um,
yeah,
and we also need to be examples to one another. I didn't know you were looking at deep, sis. Listen, like we all are kind of out here moving and shaking, but that just kind of reminds me that people are always looking, right? Like you were
yeah,
observing how I was moving and what I was doing, and I'm sure people are doing the same for you. You know, trying to figure out like how they can, you know, be a Jennylyn. Like, you know, like that's one of their desires because you show up now in the world in a way where you have your own business sense. And that's, I'm so proud of you because I'm like watching your reels, watching your content, and Jennylyn is beautiful, y'all. So her energy is so soft and kind, but her look is bold, right? And I love that
yeah.
dynamic.
Oh, people get in this taken a lot. So whenever they meet me, they're like, "You're kind of intimidating and like you're kind of scary." And I'm like, "I swear I'm not. I swear I'm not. It's just how I look, and it's just on the outside." But really, I'm starting to be more like on the extroverted side just because I'm trying to like network more, meet more people, socialize, but I am really an introvert at heart. I just love staying at home and like, being in my own comfort. But yeah,
Yeah, they say you're scary. I knew you in the beginning, so that's weird that someone would actually say that, but I understand because like when you see some, and this just, I think this kind of attests to the whole social media game that we talk about all the time, where the person behind the camera, you the brand, you've shown up in ways where you had to elevate, like you had to get there first. You are a
yeah,
different person than you were 3 years ago when I met you.
so different. Yeah.
you are
Yeah,
you're the
in a
same
good
Jenny
way. In
Lynn,
a
but
good way. Yeah, in a good way. And like, I think yesterday I was doing a lot of like reflecting, and I like to do that every year on my birthday. And I was kind of like realizing that, like what you mentioned, I'm starting to build my own personal account again and like showing up more and just really making space for what this year has. Like, and it's what's holding for me. So I'm excited.
yeah, like I said, I'm excited for you. So let's kind of go over a couple things that I really wanted to dig into with you, some challenges. Because the fun stuff is that, you know, you gotten to the point where you are, you know, and it looks graceful. It looks maybe easy to some people from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
Give us some challenges that you may have had that may have deterred you from wanting to do what you're doing, but you overcame them? Do you have anything that comes to mind?
Oh yeah, for sure. We were just talking about it not too long ago when we first started our weekly and check-in, and I think I got really discouraged when I was trying to show up again after a while and I haven't posted in a while. And that really took a toll on me and made me really stop my own content and just really focusing on like other people's accounts and helping others and not helping myself. And I think what you told me was I was also in my head, I was overthinking a lot and I just needed to like get out of that space and there's no harm in trying again. So I think everyone is also asking me like how do you start? I think it really starts with you and you have to show up for yourself no matter how hard and focus on what your goal is. What's the outcome that you want?
You're absolutely preaching. I love how you said that because I think a lot of people can resonate with that. not posting for a while and then having to show back up. How do I do that? What does that look like? And you can get in your head a lot. I mean, I've done it so many
Yeah.
times. Um, are there any other challenges that you can think of that may have come up?
There is a lot, but
Let's just go over one more. That's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Another, like, there's a lot of challenges along the way. Like, like what you said, it might look so like graceful and like it might look great now and it looks easy, but nothing is really easy. There's so much that happens behind the scenes. And another challenge was really putting myself out there. I was in a very foreign country and everyone spoke a whole different language, and that was a big challenge. Everyone spoke English, but it's different when everyone has this different connection to each other with a like different language. So really trying to position myself and selling myself in a different country and like what I have to offer. And I think that was really one of the main challenges I faced as well, and really proving myself and what I had to offer. And like, here's me and here's what I can do. And I swear you won't regret it if you do work with me or choose me. And yeah, I think it takes a lot of like really putting yourself out there and just really doing it and not having to listen to those like voices behind you because that really doesn't matter.
Sounds like confidence. Like, and I remember we talked about that, like building your confidence throughout your journey, because there are always going to be voices in the back of your head that's always going to say,
Yeah, yeah,
you
for
can't do
sure.
that.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't have haters or you don't have those people saying that in the back of your head, you're not doing anything right.
Preach. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
So you've gone through this journey, and thank you for expressing those challenges, because the truth is
of
that
course.
we don't know unless we really go through it what it looks like for
Yeah,
us. So people will be encouraged by, relating to your story. And also, y'all, make sure you follow Jennylyn. Go to her social channels and actually take a look at her content. It is bad. Like, I mean, not in a good way, not in a bad way. It is fire. When I look at her content, I look at aesthetics. It's so pleasing. I look at motion. It's easy on the eyes, right? And then it feels really good, right? The music and all those things, components, they go with your brand. Now, let me ask you some questions about that now, because now that you have established this brand that people can come to and buy from you, they can get a life-changing experience because of your knowledge and your expertise. um, what do you actually do when you do this process? Like, what does that look like for you working with another brand, a women-owned brand, as you said?
yeah. So, like what you said, when it comes to like your own brand, you kind of have to tap in deep down, like what fuels you. So, what kind of the things that you like and build content around your life already. So, I see other people like trying so hard to like build content in like a whole different lifestyle because that's what aesthetically pleasing. And of course, they're not gonna do well because, like what you said, people are following you for you. Like they want to see the real you, they want to see the authentic you, they want to see the real you. And I think every time I do work with another woman as well, so for example, a brand or a business. So what fuels your business? What is the core? What is your mission? And kind of like blending that strategy with the aesthetics and how do you envision, how do you want it to look like, and how do you want like, the feeling that people get whenever they look at your page. What is that for you? And then like blending that with strategy and like, the typical social media, and there's your brand.
I love that you ask them first what they desire. I've seen so much in social media land where people are like, I can do 50 posts for you, and boom, 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 boom. And
Yeah.
so, and the cookie cutter thing is fine for some people who are just needing something to put out there. But I love the fact that we're in the world that we live in today, we're so intentional. Like, we really want to see things that matter. And you working
Yeah.
with women to create that, I think is fabulous. So listen up. Like, if you guys really need support in those areas, Jennylyn is building this brand. So even though she is here with us at AJCEO Business Coaching Group, we want to support her in building her business as well. Now, I do want to ask you too about working with clients, because Jennylyn has been a support for us, not only in AJCEO, just on the scale of the back end and looking at things, making sure things are operating with us, but also with Win and in that community space. And I love the fact that you've been able to expand in so many different facets. As an assistant business coach is what I named her. Okay, she's like my second pair of eyes in all these areas. Tell them, what are some of the things that you would, being so active and being so involved, right? What are some of the things that you would tell another student that was in your position how to get to that level? Because you're not only a support system with your own business, but you're also an assistant business coach, which is pretty big to have all those incredible roles. What
Mhm.
advice would you give someone to get to that level?
I think I would say trust the process. I know it all seems like scary and it's a lot right now, but I think also trusting yourself and really letting that confidence build on its own. And don't be afraid to ask for help. I think for the longest time, that's what I was like holding back on and wanting to do everything by myself. Like, I didn't realize that, like I had you and I had the support system, and all I needed was to like literally send a text. And I'm always on my phone. You're always on your phone, and you probably know people who knows other people, and there's nothing wrong with asking for help.
I think that's one of the most powerful things I've heard on our stations and our win portals and safe spaces that we talk about these things, because asking for help, I believe, is one of the missed arts,
Yeah, yeah,
especially when you're coming into business, right? So, I mean, that's a deep thing, because asking for help comes down to not necessarily your worth, but it allows you to see where you see yourself, right? Like, if you
yeah,
feel like you can do everything, which is impossible, or if you're wise enough to know that you're just one person
yeah,
and you don't have to work so hard, like there are things
yeah,
that I have people do that I can do, but I don't want to do them. Right?
yeah, yeah, for sure.
So you get them to do that. So let's hear about the future of Jennylyn and all the things that you're going to be doing. What are some of the goals that you're looking to reach now? Like, let's talk about that. And I'm going to get my cord to charge my phone while you do that.
I am just trying one thing at a time, and but I mean one thing at a time is actually putting out the content and being consistent and actually showing up. I think that's one of my main goal. And another goal is, if I don't see the results right away, that's okay. That's fine. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. And I'm also just really excited to try and new different things and really saying yes more and letting all that opportunity come to me, and instead of me like having to search if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And yeah.
I love that. It's such a wanderlust. We have amazing opportunities for you all to just really be in our spaces here at AJCEO Business Coaching Group, along with myself, especially as a founder of WIN. You always have connections to other women, powerful women like Jennylyn. Most importantly, we'll be seeing you guys around. Make sure that you support the channels. Jennylyn, tell them where they can find you. What's the best channel right now that they can actually go on, see your work, connect with you? Let's tell them.
I actually can find me on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, but I'm putting out more of my work on Instagram just because that's where all my audience are, and one thing at a time, still also working on TikTok, but yeah, Instagram.
Yeah, and some things have changed too. So thank God you're not just on TikTok, right? Thank God you're on all
Yeah.
the channels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so everyone, we will drop the links as well in the comments after the live. So just make sure that you go back to the comments, share this live to your friends, your family, and people who are in, maybe a student looking to intern and looking to hear a shared experience, something that they can get inspired by, Jennylyn's story. And also, if you know someone who needs that support, Jennylyn is that content creator, that brand specialist. You can connect with her as well. Thank you so much, Jennylyn. I love
Of course,
talking.
thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure, and I always love our talks and our lives and having my time with you.
Yes, we always have so much fun. All right, we will see
Yeah.
you guys on another time, another place, maybe another station. We don't know, but we will see y'all later. Bye.